This is not just a story about a forgotten icon. It is a story about you, your shadow, your transformation, and the sacred feminine force that has been hidden in plain sight. In the heart of Europe, in humble chapels and towering cathedrals, a secret has been hiding in plain sight. Ancient, revered, and deeply enigmatic, the Black Madonna is more than just an image. It is a symbol, a force, and a mystery that transcends time itself. Who is this figure cloaked in shadow and light? Why have countless cultures and spiritual traditions revered her for centuries, even millennia? And what is it about her presence that holds the power to change everything we think we know about spirituality, divinity, and the very fabric of our reality? For centuries, the Black Madonna has been portrayed as a dark-skinned Virgin Mary, an embodiment of the divine feminine that defies easy explanation. Some say she is the remnants of a forgotten goddess cult, others believe she carries a deeper, more universal meaning that challenges the boundaries of Christianity itself. Wherever she appears, whether in the quietest rural village or the grandest basilica, the air around her seems to hum with something ancient, something sacred, something transformative. But what is it that makes her so powerful? Why does she stand apart from the typical portrayal of divine femininity? Why does her image, draped in mystery and shadow, stir such deep spiritual longing and transformation in those who gaze upon her? And more importantly, how does the Black Madonna hold the key to unlocking profound shifts in our own consciousness and spiritual practices? In this video, we will peel back the layers of history, philosophy, and spiritual wisdom surrounding the Black Madonna. From her obscure origins in ancient cultures to her role in the transformation of Christian mysticism, we will uncover the esoteric meanings and hidden truths that have been concealed for generations. To understand the profound significance of the Black Madonna, we must first trace the winding path of her existence. Her image has appeared in numerous cultures, but her true origins remain shrouded in a veil of secrecy, whispered through the corridors of time. Ancient civilizations long before the rise of Christianity were aware of her power, yet her story has been largely hidden, suppressed, or misunderstood by the mainstream. The Black Madonna is often linked to the ancient goddess traditions that once flourished across Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. In these traditions, the divine feminine was not just a concept but an embodied force that governed the cycles of nature, birth, death, and rebirth. These deities were not passive or ornamental, they were active, life-affirming powers that resonated with the rhythms of the earth and the cosmos. One of the earliest known depictions of a goddess that could be considered a precursor to the Black Madonna is the figure of Isis, the Egyptian goddess of magic, motherhood, and fertility. She was often depicted with dark skin, symbolizing the fertile, life-giving soil of the earth. It is believed that the early Christians, in their efforts to Christianize the ancient world, transformed this ancient symbolism into the figure of the Virgin Mary, with some local traditions retaining aspects of her previous, darker aspect. Thus, the Black Madonna stands as a bridge between the old pagan world and the emerging Christian paradigm, still holding echoes of the primal earth goddess. In the Christian context, the Black Madonna has often been connected with Mary, the mother of Jesus, but she also transcends this role. Unlike the pale, distant Virgin Mary of many Western representations, the Black Madonna exudes a sense of groundedness and intimacy. She is often depicted with her child in a deeply tender, sometimes somber embrace. Her dark skin, far from being a mere aesthetic choice, carries profound spiritual and philosophical meaning. The darkness surrounding her can be interpreted as a symbol of the mysteries of the divine, hidden from mortal eyes, yet waiting to be uncovered by those willing to seek deeper truths. Her blackness is not a sign of absence, but of the fullness of the universe's divine potential, an invitation to explore the unseen, the unconscious, and the unmanifest. Over the centuries, the Black Madonna's iconography has appeared in places as diverse as the remote shrines of southern France, the grand churches of Spain, and the mystical hills of Poland. Yet, her image has often been controversial, particularly within the Catholic Church, which has struggled to reconcile her enigmatic, earthbound, and sometimes rebellious nature with traditional doctrinal teachings. There are legends of her statues miraculously healing the sick, guiding lost souls, and even moving through space and time, challenging established religious norms with her profound, unyielding power. Why has this figure been hidden in plain sight for so long? The answer lies in the very essence of what the Black Madonna represents, a deep, untamed, feminine force that cannot be contained by conventional religious or societal structures. She symbolizes wisdom that is not merely intellectual, but intuitive, a wisdom that requires an open heart and a willingness to see beyond the surface. In a world where power, control, and domination have often been linked to the masculine principle, the Black Madonna offers a counterforce. She is a whisper of the ancient, forgotten wisdom that speaks to those who seek the truth beneath the veil of material existence. But it is not just her historical significance that matters. The deeper philosophical implications of the Black Madonna point to something even more profound, a spiritual practice and worldview that invites us to question everything we thought we knew about divinity, creation, and our relationship with the sacred. The Black Madonna teaches us that true power lies not in the external, but in the inner realms of the spirit, where mystery, darkness, and light merge into one. Now that we have traced the historical and philosophical roots of the Black Madonna, it's time to dive deeper into the core concepts that make her a figure of such profound mystery and spiritual significance. To truly understand the Black Madonna, we must look beyond her physical appearance and explore the symbols, archetypes, and metaphysical principles she embodies. The first key concept to grasp is the nature of darkness itself. In many spiritual traditions, darkness is often equated with ignorance, fear, or the unknown. Yet, when we look at the Black Madonna, we are invited to consider a different kind of darkness, a darkness that is not to be feared, but embraced. This darkness is not the absence of light, but the primordial space from which all creation arises. It is the fertile soil in which the seeds of new life are planted. It is the cosmic womb, where the divine incubates before taking form. In esoteric circles, this darkness is often referred to as the divine feminine, the creative principle that precedes all manifestation. The Black Madonna's dark skin is a direct reflection of this principle. She is the physical embodiment of the mystical black void, the fertile ground of the cosmos where all things begin. She is the mother who gives birth to all life, not from a place of absence, but from a place of rich potential, brimming with infinite possibilities. To look into her face is to look into the heart of creation itself, a place where light and darkness coexist, where the sacred and the profane are inextricably linked. Her posture and expression also hold deep significance. Unlike the passive Virgin Mary, who is often depicted in a tranquil, serene pose, the Black Madonna is frequently portrayed with an intense gaze, one that seems to look directly into the soul of the viewer. Her eyes speak of ancient wisdom and deep knowing, a knowing that comes not from books or doctrines, but from lived experience, from suffering, and from the depths of the heart. She is the archetype of the wise woman, the crone, the one who has seen the world in all its beauty and its sorrow. She does not offer easy answers but invites us to confront our deepest fears and desires. In her embrace of the child, whether it be Jesus, or another figure, there is also an invitation to explore the relationship between the maternal and the divine. This is not a simple, sentimental mother-child bond. This is a union of two forces, the nurturing, creative energy of the feminine and the transformative, revolutionary power of the masculine. The Black Madonna shows us that divinity is not a solitary, distant, or abstract concept. It is something that is alive, active, and in constant, dynamic relationship with us. Consider, for a moment, the way the Black Madonna is often portrayed with a crown or halo around her head. In the Christian tradition, this would typically indicate her divine nature. But what does this crown really represent? It is not the crown of earthly power, but the crown of spiritual mastery, the mastery that comes not through control, but through surrender. The Black Madonna, despite her apparent submission to motherhood, is not weak. She is a queen, a sovereign ruler of the inner realms, who understands that true power comes from embracing one's own inner darkness, the shadow self, and transforming it into light. This brings us to the concept of transformation, a central theme in the Black Madonna's symbolism. She is not just a figure to be admired from afar. She is a guide, a spiritual mentor, a force that facilitates inner alchemy. Through her, we learn how to face the darkness within ourselves, the parts of us that we hide, that we fear, or that we deny. In many ways, the Black Madonna challenges us to embrace our own shadows, not to repress them, but to integrate them into our lives. It is through this process of integration that we achieve spiritual enlightenment, growth, and ultimately, personal transformation. This is where the Black Madonna begins to change everything. For so long, we have been taught that the path to enlightenment lies in rejecting the darkness, in purifying ourselves of all that is sinful or impure. But the Black Madonna teaches us the opposite, that the path to spiritual power and wisdom lies in embracing the darkness, in reclaiming the forgotten parts of ourselves, and in understanding that the divine is not just the light we seek, but also the shadow we must confront. As we continue our exploration of the Black Madonna, we now move into the deeper, often hidden meanings that make her such a captivating and transformative figure. Beyond her symbolism of the divine feminine, darkness, and transformation, the Black Madonna also holds paradoxical truths that challenge the very fabric of our spiritual understanding. Here, we must consider the myths, misconceptions, and alternative perspectives that surround her, as well as the little-known facts that continue to provoke curiosity among those who seek her deeper wisdom. One common misconception about the Black Madonna is that she is merely a relic of an older, pre-Christian pagan tradition, simply an echo of forgotten goddesses, like Isis or Demeter. While this connection is certainly part of her essence, to reduce her significance to this alone would be to overlook her deeper, more complex nature. The Black Madonna is not simply an ancient goddess dressed in Christian garb. She is an intersection of the old and the new, the earthly and the divine, the sacred and the profane. Her role is not only to honor the past but to shape the present and the future, acting as a bridge between the material world and the unseen spiritual realms. The Black Madonna also challenges the conventional Christian narrative of purity and perfection. In many depictions, her face is not serene or virginal but marked by a deep, almost sorrowful expression. She is not an untouchable, idealized figure, but a woman who has experienced the full spectrum of human emotion and suffering. This is where the deeper wisdom of the Black Madonna lies. She embraces the human condition in all its complexity, acknowledging both the light and the dark, the joyful and the painful. Her sorrow, in this sense, is a reflection of the collective suffering of humanity. But it is not a sorrow that leads to despair, rather, it is a sorrow that transforms, that invites healing. In this way, the Black Madonna's presence is not just one of passive contemplation, but of active, compassionate involvement in the world. She offers solace to those who suffer, yet she does not shy away from confronting the suffering that lies within all of us. She beckons us to explore the wounds we carry, not to dwell in them, but to transcend them, to turn them into wisdom. Another fascinating aspect of the Black Madonna is her power to transcend time and space. Throughout history, the locations where Black Madonna statues and images have been discovered have often been sites of strange phenomena, miracles, healings, and even inexplicable events. This has led to the belief that the Black Madonna holds the key to interdimensional or spiritual travel, guiding those who seek her wisdom to deeper realms of consciousness. In many instances, devotees report experiencing profound shifts in perception, mystical encounters, or moments of intense clarity after engaging with her image. These experiences point to the possibility that the Black Madonna is not merely a symbol but a living, energetic presence, one that exists beyond the boundaries of time, place, and physical form. One particular mystery surrounding the Black Madonna is her seemingly spontaneous appearance in various places, especially in regions where her presence was not expected. Some believe that the Black Madonna is a manifestation of a divine intelligence that chooses when and where to reveal herself. Her arrival in certain places is said to signify a turning point, a moment of spiritual awakening or a call to action for those living in that area. Her role, therefore, is not passive. She actively participates in the unfolding of history, guiding individuals and communities through times of change, upheaval, and transformation. The Black Madonna, in this sense, becomes a spiritual agent of destiny, leading us into new realms of understanding, much as the ancient gods and goddesses once did. At the same time, there are alternative perspectives that seek to reinterpret her significance through more psychological or mystical lenses. Jungian psychologists, for instance, have explored the Black Madonna as a powerful archetype of the shadow, the repressed and often disowned parts of the self. According to Carl Jung's theories, the shadow represents the aspects of the psyche that we deny or project onto others. The Black Madonna, as a symbol of this shadow, invites us to confront these hidden aspects within ourselves, those parts that we fear or reject. By integrating these shadow elements into our consciousness, we come into wholeness, healing the split between light and dark, masculine and feminine. Furthermore, some esoteric traditions see the Black Madonna as a living representation of the sacred union, the mystical marriage of the divine feminine and divine masculine. This union is not only a spiritual ideal but a practical and transformative force in our lives. When we align ourselves with the energies embodied by the Black Madonna, we are drawn into this sacred union within our own souls, uniting the opposing forces of light and dark, creation and destruction, joy and sorrow. Through this union, we unlock higher states of consciousness, enabling us to see the world through a new, more integrated lens. Finally, there is a lesser-known fact that speaks to the Black Madonna's enduring relevance, her enduring popularity in modern spiritual movements. In recent years, the Black Madonna has seen a resurgence in popularity among those seeking alternative spiritual paths. New Age practitioners, mystics, and seekers of all kinds are turning to her as a symbol of empowerment, transformation, and deep spiritual wisdom. Her image has become a touchstone for those seeking to break free from the limitations of conventional religion and embrace a more holistic, inclusive understanding of the divine. Thus, the Black Madonna is not simply an artifact of the past but a living, breathing symbol of spiritual revolution, a call to break free from the chains of dogma and embrace a deeper, more mystical path of self-discovery and enlightenment. The Black Madonna, with all her mystery and transformative power, offers more than just philosophical insights or esoteric wisdom. She also provides practical tools for personal and spiritual growth. Her energy, rooted in darkness, transformation, and integration, can be harnessed in everyday life. By engaging with her archetype, symbols, and teachings, we can unlock profound changes in our consciousness and begin to live more fully aligned with the divine feminine. One of the most powerful teachings of the Black Madonna is her invitation to embrace the shadow self, the parts of ourselves that we often reject, deny, or fear. These could be traits, memories, or experiences we consider unacceptable, whether it's our anger, grief, jealousy, or deep-seated fears. Often, these emotions and aspects of our personality are pushed down because we believe they are unworthy or shameful. The Black Madonna, however, teaches us that these shadow aspects are not something to be cast aside, but something to be acknowledged and integrated. The first step in this process is self-reflection. Take some time to sit quietly and reflect on the parts of yourself that you find difficult to accept. This could be through journaling, meditation, or simply sitting in silence and allowing your mind to wander. Ask yourself, what part of me do I avoid? What do I fear about myself? Acknowledge these emotions, not as flaws, but as parts of your whole being. Once you've identified your shadow aspects, the next step is acceptance. The Black Madonna doesn't seek to purify or erase these parts of ourselves. Instead, she encourages us to love and accept them, to see them as vital pieces of our humanity. As you sit with your shadows, try to feel compassion for them. Ask, what have these parts of me taught me? What wisdom can they offer if I let them rise to the surface? Over time, this practice will help you come into deeper alignment with your true self, embracing all aspects of your being, both light and dark. One of the most profound ways to engage with the energy of the Black Madonna is through ritual. Rituals are an ancient way of creating sacred space, a portal through which we can access deeper spiritual truths and energies. To begin your practice with the Black Madonna, create a simple ritual that symbolizes the union of opposites, light and dark, masculine and feminine, creation and destruction. Here is a ritual you can perform. Preparation. Find a quiet, undisturbed space where you can connect with the sacred. Place a black candle, representing the darkness, and a white candle, representing the light, on an altar or table in front of you. You may also want to place an image or statue of the Black Madonna nearby, or simply visualize her in your mind's eye. Invocation. Light the black candle and say the following words: I honor the darkness within, the fertile womb of creation. I open myself to the mysteries of the unseen, the hidden realms of wisdom. Then, light the white candle and say, I honor the light within, the divine spark of transformation. I embrace the wisdom that comes with both light and dark. As you speak, visualize the energies of both candles merging together, creating a powerful, balanced energy in your space. Meditation. Sit in stillness, focusing on the merging of the two flames. Close your eyes and imagine the Black Madonna standing before you, holding both the light and the dark in her arms. Visualize her embracing you, her energy flowing through you. Ask her for guidance on integrating the shadow aspects of yourself, and listen deeply for any messages or insights. Closing. When you feel ready, thank the Black Madonna for her guidance, and extinguish the candles. As you do so, envision the energies of the ritual sealing into your being, allowing you to carry the wisdom of this sacred union with you in your daily life. The Black Madonna's teachings aren't limited to moments of ritual or deep introspection, they also offer powerful insights for everyday living. One of the most profound ways to apply her wisdom is by seeking balance in your daily life. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to become overly focused on either the material or spiritual, on light or darkness, action or reflection. The Black Madonna calls us to integrate both sides of ourselves, to live fully in the world while remaining grounded in the sacred. Here are some practical ways to embody the Black Madonna's wisdom each day. Start your day in balance. Begin each day with a brief moment of reflection. As you wake, take a deep breath and acknowledge both the light and the darkness of the day ahead. Recognize the challenges you may face and the opportunities for growth. This simple acknowledgement can help you approach the day with a centered, balanced perspective. Embrace your emotions. When strong emotions arise throughout the day, whether anger, fear, joy, or sorrow, don't try to push them away. Instead, honor them. Ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to teach me? How can I use it for my growth? Whether through journaling, deep breathing, or simply sitting with your feelings, allow them to flow through you without judgment. This practice aligns you with the Black Madonna's message of embracing the fullness of your humanity. Practice sacred self-care. Taking time to nourish and care for your body, mind, and spirit is a powerful way to connect with the divine feminine. Engage in practices that honor your body's wisdom, whether it's through movement, rest, or eating nourishing foods. The Black Madonna represents the holistic nature of the feminine, and she reminds us that taking care of ourselves is a sacred act. When we begin to engage with deeper, transformative practices, we often encounter resistance. This may manifest as doubt, fear, or the temptation to revert to old patterns. The Black Madonna, however, shows us that resistance is not to be avoided, but confronted. Just as she embraces her own inner darkness, we must learn to embrace the resistance we feel and transform it into fuel for growth. When you encounter resistance in your practices, ask yourself, what am I afraid of? What part of myself am I not willing to face? Sometimes, the greatest breakthroughs come when we push through our inner barriers, allowing ourselves to experience the full depth of transformation. The Black Madonna stands as a beacon of courage, encouraging you to keep moving forward even when the path seems unclear. As we draw this exploration of the Black Madonna to a close, we are left with a deeper understanding of her immense and transformative power, a power that transcends time, religion, and tradition. The Black Madonna is not simply a figure to be admired or revered from a distance. She is a guide, a mirror, and a call to action. She teaches us that true spiritual growth does not come from rejecting the dark, but from embracing it, integrating both the light and the shadow within ourselves. It is through this union of opposites that we unlock the full potential of our being, stepping into the fullness of who we are meant to be. The Black Madonna's mysteries lie not just in her ancient, enigmatic origins but in her ability to meet us where we are, in our moments of struggle, doubt, and transformation. She reminds us that it is in our darkest moments that we often find our deepest wisdom. Her image is a profound invitation to dive into the depths of our own soul, to confront our fears, our grief, and our repressed desires. But she also reminds us that we are never alone in this journey. She walks with us, holding us in her loving, maternal embrace, guiding us toward integration, healing, and enlightenment. As we integrate the Black Madonna's teachings into our lives, we begin to understand that her power is not confined to ancient statues or sacred shrines. It is something alive within us, waiting to be awakened. By embracing the full spectrum of our being, we come into balance with the divine feminine and masculine energies, both within and around us. Through the ritual of acceptance, through confronting our shadows, and through honoring the sacredness of our humanity, we can begin to live as she does, with grace, courage, and an unwavering commitment to both the light and the dark. In closing, I leave you with this question: what would it mean for you to embrace both your light and your darkness with the same reverence, the same love, that the Black Madonna offers to all who seek her wisdom? How might your life change if you allowed yourself to step into the sacred union of your own being, as she embodies? The journey is yours to take, and the Black Madonna stands as both guide and protector, ever ready to reveal new layers of truth as you walk the path of transformation.